Shalam. What is united in Christ? Begging you with these words, the Bible. Now these curses run down for like 50 verses, 40 verses, 45 verses of curses. Plenty of curses. If you study these curses in the 28th chapter of Deuteronomy, and they kind of line up with us as a people. But the last curse here is particularly evident, right? Check it out.
Deuteronomy 28 and 67. In the morning thou shalt say, would the Most High were even. And at even thou shalt say, would it were the Most High's morning. For fear of thine heart, wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see.
Right.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Right, so Most High said in the morning you're going to be, every day is unexpected. You don't know what's going to happen this day or that. You don't know what's going to be next in the land that you're in now. You're in the land of your captivity. You don't know what's going on. Matter of fact, hold that. And give me hold that. All right, hold that. Hold this right here, right? Also, I want you to give me. Well, read on. Want to prove this to you that we are the children of Jacob, we're the children of Israel, and the seed of Jacob. The brother says. I guess we should break down who Jacob was. Jacob, who the seed became, right? Right. Read on.
Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondwomen and bondmen, and no man shall buy you.
And no man shall buy you. Say woman first, huh? Right, read it again.
Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Right, the Most High said he's going to bring us into Egypt again with ships. Egypt is a word, the meaning of the word Egypt is house of bondage, a house of bondmen. That's the meaning of the word Egypt. The Lord said he's going to bring the children of Israel into Egypt again with ships. By the way whereof he spake of. The point of the matter is, if you're familiar with the story of the Bible and the children of Israel, they came out of Egypt. They came out of Egypt and walked through the sea with Moses. The Egyptians died in the sea, and they wandered in the desert for 40 years, and then came into the promised land. Now the Lord said, I'm going to bring you into Egypt again with ships. The children of Israel never went back into Egypt again by boats. They went back before, they went back again, but they never went in there by ships. Egypt being house of bondage, right? Read it again.
Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again.
Right.
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
Praise the Lord. So what's going to happen now, the Lord said you're going to go in the way of Egypt by ships, and you're going to be by way whereof I spake unto you was the middle passage. We went from the coast of Africa to the Caribbean islands, to America. Then went back. There was the slave trade. Back from Africa to the islands to America. Africa to the islands to America. And we're going to depict that distinctively. Check it out. Read it from the top. Joel 3 and 1.
Joel 3 and 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Now the Most High show you that in that time when he bring again the captivity of Jerusalem and Israel, he's going to bring back the captivity which he promised to Israel, which he's going to show mercy unto the nation of Israel. He said he's going to bring them back. But now he's going to gather all nations into the valley of Jehoshaphat, or the valley of decision. Right? Check it out. Read on.
I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people.
Right, for my people. He claiming the nation of Israel, right? Read it.
And for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations, and parted my land.
Right, who they scattered amongst the nations and parted my land. So now, the nations, what they did was, they scattered the nation of Israel and parted his land. It's all according to the design of the Most High power. But what is the design? There's a big picture. There's a big picture. The Lord says, because he did something with the nation of Israel, he got to do it with all the other nations too. If he make us pay, the seed of Jacob, he going to make all other nations pay also. Because the same evils that we did, matter of fact, the evils that we did, we followed the other nations that committed those evils. We committed those evils. What did they say?
You think it's too vague? Your explanation is too vague.
It's too vague. Be patient, my man. I mean, what? Right. You gotta be patient. Right, read up. I'm gonna finish it, vague as it may be. Right, read on.
And have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot.
I mean, bottom line is, man, who understands the Bible? Who understands the Bible? Who can pull out the answers out of the Bible of the questions that are asked? If you don't have no patience to wait for the answers to get the answer out of the Bible, it's obvious why you're not gonna understand. Right? I mean, the Bible is complex, so be patient. Read it.
And have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon?
Now, this Tyre and Zidon are Canaanite nations. Tyre and Zidon are Canaanite nations who's from the seed of Ham. Tyre and Zidon is from the seed of Ham. Check it out, read on.
Yea, what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine?
Right.
Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head.
So Most High said they can't pay the Lord back for what they've done. You can't do it because if you try it, they ain't going to bring it back to them on their head. But check out what he said to Tyre, Zidon, and the Philistines, who are Canaanites of the seed of Ham. Read it.
Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border.
So now the children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem, which is the house of Judah, have you sold to the Grecians. So you can move them far off their border. The Grecians come from the seed of Edom. So this is in the Bible. This is talking about the slave trade that did happen. The Most High said that the children of Zidon, Tyre, and the Philistines, whom are Canaanites. So the lie that's put out in the earth is that Africans sold their brothers, the other Africans, to the so-called white men as slaves. But it's not true. In truth, the so-called Africans, or Canaanites at the time, they sold the Israelites to the Grecians, or the Edomites. Right, show what you got. Give me that Baruch 3 and 8 first. Baruch 3 and 8, right? Read it.
Baruch 3 and 8. Right. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
We are yet this day in our captivity. We are yet this day in our captivity, right? Hold what you got. I want to read it again. Give me Amos 1, right? Read it.
Baruch 3 and 1. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments.
Right, so we are yet this day in our captivity. Just like the brother right here earlier, hold that right, give me 32:39 again. 32:60, I'm 28:68 again. Lord, the brother read the curse earlier, read it again.
Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And the Lord will bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Right.
Thou shalt see it no more again, and there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy thee.
So we're going to be sold. We came to America and the Caribbean. We came to the Caribbean, our forefathers to the Caribbean and America by ships. And we were sold to our enemies. And we never see our homeland again. And no man can buy us or save us because you know we were bought. We just read that in Joel. We said, read it again. Joel 3 and the verse you just read, 6.
Joel 3 and 6. Joel 3 and 5. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border.
Right. So Most High say you sold them to the Grecians, so you removed them far from their border. Come back, Baruch.
Baruch 3 and 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us, for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power.
Right, so now that's going on, like the brother read earlier, if you will keep these commandments, I'm going to bless you. If you break them, I'm going to curse you. So we broke them and the Lord cursed us, so the Most High made us pay according to all our iniquities, and now that's how he made us pay. He sold us into slavery and scattered us throughout the earth amongst all the nations. Now he's going to gather us back up because that's the promise. That's part of the promise, right? As long as we come back to him in sincerity and in truth, right? Anyone? Come on.
This Baruch 3 and 9. Hear, Israel, the commandments of life. Give ear unto wisdom.
Give ear to wisdom, right?
How happeneth it, Israel, that thou art in thine enemy's land?
Right, we're still in our enemy's land. We're still, I don't know where you're watching from in Periscope, where you at in the earth right now, because you could be anywhere in the earth, right? But the fact of the matter is, we are in our enemy's land. So if you're in the Caribbean, you're still in your enemy's land. If you're in Europe, you're still in the enemy's land. It's all the enemy's land because you're not in your homeland. You're not in your homeland. Hear, Israel, how happeneth it that thou art still in the enemy's land? You're still captive, you're still a slave. I mean, you go to school, they teach you that in school that you're not in your homeland. They tell you about slavery. They don't go back far enough, but you learn that in school. Read it again.
Baruch 3 and 10. How happeneth it, Israel, that thou art in thy enemy's land, that thou art waxing old in a strange country?
That you're waxing old in a strange country, right? Read it.
That thou art defiled with the dead.
You're defiled with the dead. With people that don't care about life or life eternal. They don't care about right and wrong. They do anything they want to do callously and flagrantly, right? Read on.
That thou art counted with them that go down into the grave.
And you count with them that go down to the grave, man. It don't even matter. All the freaks and unclean spirits in America. Give me 18:1, right? Read it.
Revelation.
Amos 1 and 6. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Gaza.
3 transgressions of Gaza. Gaza are the Canaanites, right? Read on.
And for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof.
Come on.
Because they carried away captive the whole captivity to deliver them up to Edom.
To deliver them up to Edom. So Amos is reiterating what Joel said. Amos is reiterating what Moses said. He's talking about the prophecy that Moses gave. He said, if you disobey, I'm gonna put you. I'm gonna bring you into Egypt again with ships, into the land of captivity with ships, land house of bondage with ships, and then you're gonna be sold to your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, slave men and slave women, and you're not gonna see Israel again, and nobody's gonna save you, right? And now Moses saying, Amos, everybody's gonna pay. That's the same thing Joel said. He's gonna bring all nations to the valley of Jehoshaphat. Read it.
But I will send a fire on the wall of Gaza, which shall devour the palaces thereof.
Come on.
And I will cut off the inhabitant of Ashdod, and him that holdeth the scepter from Ashkelon, and I will turn my hand against Ekron, and the remnant of the Philistines shall perish, saith the Lord power.
So that's how the Lord said he's going to make everybody pay in the valley of Jehoshaphat. Judgment day is coming, right? Read it.
Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Tyrus, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof.
So we read it earlier. The Philistines, Tyre, and Zidon. Now we're here again with Tyre. They call him Tyrus now. Read it.
For three transgressions of Tyrus, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof.
Come on.
Because they delivered up the whole captivity to Edom.
Because they delivered up the whole captivity to Edom. So according to the Bible, according to the word of truth and sincerity, the Africans, who they call Africans today, being Tyrus or Zidon or the Gaza, these are so-called Africans today, they didn't sell their brothers. They sold the Israelites into slavery. They sold the children of Israel into slavery, according to the prophecy. According to the prophecy that Moses put down. Hold that. What you got? Hold that. Give me Jeremiah 25:27. Right? 25:27. Read it. What you got? Give me this here. Read this 30 and 16.
This is Deuteronomy 30 and 16. In that I command thee this day to love the Lord thy power, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments,
right,
and his statutes and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply, And the Lord thy power shall bless thee in the land whither thou goest to possess it.
In the land where we go to possess it. The same stuff the Lord was trying to bless us with. We went to the land, we got blessed to go to the land of Israel. He gave us that. The Most High gave that to the children of Israel. He said, who are the children of Israel? Prove that we're the seed of Jacob. Jacob, how am I doing? How are we doing here? Right? Read on that.
Except Baruch is not in the Bible by Pascal.
Baruch is not in the Bible by. Yeah, all right. Right. Read it out. That's how it go though. The people that refuse, the people that refuse righteousness, or they refuse the word, they're gonna be in darkness continually. They're not gonna ever see. They're gonna be blinded, man. You're gonna walk around in darkness. You say, "Who are the children?" Prove you the seed of Jacob, but yet you don't accept the proof. You don't accept the proof, but you got a Bible. You run around here with a Bible, but you don't accept it. Right? Read it out.
But if thine heart turn away, so that thou wilt not hear, but shall be drawn away and worship other powers and serve them, I denounce unto you this day that ye shall surely perish, and that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land whither thou passest over Jordan to go to possess it.
And we did not. You understand? We out of here now. We don't even have a land. We don't even know where we come from. We as the people always run around here talking about we Africans. We African. What part of Africa do we come from? What part of Africa do we come from? How can I can't? They got this. What's the guy that's doing all the DNAs, tracing everybody back? Yeah, Ancestry.com and this and that type of stuff, and we still can't get to back where we come from. They got records of all the seed of Israel, all the slavery, all the seed of Israel. They got on record all the way since they been putting us in captivity. They know what area our ancestors come from, here, there, this, and that, but they ain't got no one home, what people we come from, what line, what sea we come from. They know everybody came from this area in South America, or this area in the Caribbean belt. But what seed is it? What seed is it? Some people say, how you gonna be the Israelites? They never find nothing in the wilderness. If the Israelites spent 40 years in the wilderness, how come we can find a shoe latch or this, that, this, that in the wilderness? It's not about that. It's not about no physical revelation, no physical stuff or carnal stuff so you can get to know who you are. It's a spiritual vibration. If you don't believe spiritually, you ain't gonna never grow up in this word. You ain't gonna never advance and you won't get saved. It's a spiritual groove. It's not carnal. It's not, you gotta believe in the spirit because the Most High is a spirit. Right, read it out.
This is Deuteronomy 30:19. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you.
There it is, heaven and earth, man. Go by what's going on in the heavens and earth. Go by where we at now is a spiritual groove that records this day against us. Right, read it.
I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live.
Right.
That thou mayest love the Lord thy power, and that thou mayest obey his voice, and that thou mayest cleave unto him. For he is thy life and the length of thy days, that thou mayest dwell in the land which the Lord sware unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give them.
Right, that's how we're supposed to live in the land, because we're supposed to choose life. Choose life. How do we choose life? How can you choose life in there? Everybody tell me who is the seed of Jacob, and I'll prove that who we are, just that. Well, tell me without this word, how can you choose life? What's going to make you live and never die? Where's that promise at in the earth? Or what promise does America give you? What promise do you have with any doctrine you follow? Well, what do you don't follow his word? What do you follow that's going to give you life? That's going to guarantee you living? What is it? Of course, we wait for that great judgment day. Give me that Daniel 12:1. Read it out.
Jeremiah?
Jeremiah
25:27. Jeremiah 25:27. Therefore, thou shalt say unto them.
Hold that. Now the Most High shall give it to me. Give me 15. Right. Because now Jeremiah, the Lord said, give Jeremiah a cup. Hold that. What you got? Daniel, hold that. Lose that. Give me. You give me that 18:1. Revelation. Read it.
Jeremiah 25:15. For thus saith the Lord power of Israel unto me, take the wine cup of this fury at my hand, and cause all the nations to whom I send thee to drink it.
Right, cause all the nations of whom I send thee to drink it. Right, take the wine cup with my hand and cause all the nations whom I send thee to drink it. Right, read on.
And they shall drink and be moved and be mad because of the sword that I will send among them.
Right.
Then took I the cup at the Lord's hand and made all the nations to drink unto whom the Lord had sent me.
Right, made all the nations to drink whom the Lord has said, what? Make every nation on earth to drink the cup of the Lord's at the Lord's hand. The cup the Lord got them drinking, the cup is going to make them all incensed. And everybody's against Israel. Right, read it.
Jeremiah 25:18, to wit, Jerusalem and the cities of Judah.
This is why, to wit meaning why, for what reason?
And the cities of Judah and the kings thereof and the princes thereof, to make them a desolation and an astonishment and a hissing and a curse as it is this day.
To make them a desolation and an astonishment and a curse as it is this day. To make the cities of Jerusalem and the Israelites an astonishment. Now what's the astonishment they call them? Wait, who they call us niggas all over the earth, man? A European tell me so-called white man say, man, we kill niggas all over the world. Everywhere you go, they say we kill niggas. Spicks, wetbacks. They call them the red man, they call them the so-called Indian in America. They call them red man. Like the brother said earlier in his lesson, North, Central, South America, and the Caribbean belt was a slave trade. Slaves all the way from up in Canada on down to as far as Chile, down in South America, throughout the Caribbean, all slave lands. Who did that? That's that back in the piracy days, or what they call pirates. They had pirates. All the pirates came out of Europe. Well, who? They were conquistadors. The Spaniards, the Portuguese, the French, the British, and that's all in Revelation 17. All these spirits, they all are incensed against Israel. Check it out, read on that.
Jeremiah 25:19, Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and his servants and his princes.
Stop. The Lord says run out all the nations. Bring it back up here to 26. Read for 24.
Jeremiah 25:24.
Because he running out all the nations, the Lord said, make Jeremiah, make them drink this cup. Everybody drinking the cup. So everybody feel like they feel against the so-called Negroes in America and throughout the world. Anywhere you go, they feel the same way about us. And listen here, man. We're not talking exclusively. We're not talking exclusively. There's evil people amongst all peoples in the earth. That's a given. There is going to be good people amongst all people in the earth. But the bottom line is, how do they treat us as a people? What predicament are we in? Right, read it.
Jeremiah 25:24, and all the kings of Arabia, and all the kings of the mingled people that dwell in the desert, and all the kings of Zimri, and all the kings of Elam, and all the kings of the Medes, and all the kings of the north, far and near, one with another, and all the kingdoms of the world.
All the kingdoms of the world,
which are upon the face of the earth.
come on.
And the king of Shishak shall drink after them.
And the king of Shishak, which is talking about the Edomites, they will drink after him. He's the last king, which is upon us right now. Shishak, that's upon us right now. He's drinking for what? Read it.
Therefore thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the power of Israel, drink ye and be drunken, and spew and fall, and rise no more.
And rise no more. Drink and be drunken, spew and rise no more. And fall, spew, fall, and rise no more. Meaning, you're going to raise up against the children of Israel. You know what the world powers in the earth? Who were they? The major world powers. Yeah, Egyptian world power. Why did they become a world power? Because they enslaved the nation of Israel. Back in the days of Joseph. Why did they become the world power? Because of Joseph. He broke down the interpretation of the dream, and he made them stock up 7 years plenteous so they could be ready for the famine. By the time the 7 years famine came, everybody in the earth came to Egypt. Everybody in the earth came to Egypt because Joseph, he made sure they had provision. And then Egypt became a world power. And then it enslaved the Israelites. Down the line, who became a world power next? The Babylonians. They became a world power. Why? Because they had the Israelites, the southern kingdom in slavery. The Persian Median Empire. They became world powers. They had the Israelites in slavery. The Assyrians. Sorry? Syrians? Assyrians, the Persian Median. Before the Babylonians, right? The Assyrians were before the Babylonians. Right, brothers said the Syrians, there's a world power. They had the children of Israel in slavery. They enslaved the northern kingdom. The Assyrians, they enslaved the northern kingdom and oppressed the southern kingdom. But all these became world powers in the earth. All these became world powers in the earth. And all these had, listen, the Moabites, the Ammonites, they all had a little stint where it became Jews, so it became prominent in the earth because they enslaved the Israelites. The Persian Median after the Babylonians, and then the Greeks. The Greeks came in the Hellenistic period when they came into power. Why? because they enslaved the Israelites also. They took out the Maccabees and that became a world power. Listen, what was they doing before they took down the Maccabees? But killing each other, and warring against each other. After Alexander the Greek. After that became the Romans. Then the Romans enslaved the Israelites. So what's happening now? How come America now is a world power? How come America is a world power? Because they enslaved the Israelites. Because they enslaved the Israelites, so they got problems in the world too. Read it out.
Jeremiah 25 and 27. Therefore thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the power of Israel, drink ye and be drunken, spew and fall, and rise no more because of the sword which I will send among you.
Come on.
And it shall be, if they refuse to take the cup at thine hand to drink,
right,
then shalt thou say unto them,
you can't refuse it. You gotta go with what the Lord got going on. Nobody can deny the Lord. Nobody can deny the Lord. How he said the deal. Nobody in earth is denying the Lord. We won't bring it out too, right? Read on.
Jeremiah 25 and 28. And it shall be, if they refuse to take the cup at thine hand to drink, then shalt thou say unto them, thus saith the Lord of hosts, you shall certainly drink.
You gonna drink?
For lo, I begin to bring people on the city.
Read it again.
For lo, I begin to bring evil on the city which is called by my name.
I began to bring evil on the city which is called by my name. What city is that? Hold that, give me that Psalm 76 and 1. Show what you got. 13:1.
Romans 13 and 1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers.
Let every soul be subject to the higher powers. Every soul on earth is subject to the higher powers. Every soul on earth, right? Read it.
For there is no power but of the Most High.
Right.
The powers that be are ordained of the Most High. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of the Most High.
So the powers that be, the people that rule the earth, they're ordained of the Heavenly Father. They are ordained of the Most High power. The Most High said that He's going to set them up, and He set them up. This is Shishak now. Ruling, ordained. It's all throughout the scriptures, man. It's all, I'm going to punish these Israelites for the evil that they do. And what? Edom don't get punished? Ammon don't get punished? Moab don't get punished? All these other nations got to be punished too. They're all going to be punished. When? In that great and dreadful day. To the Jew first, then to the Gentile. Yeah, we got the first punishment. But next punishment is coming up. It's coming up. To the Jew first, then to the Gentile. Read on.
Whosoever therefore resisteth the powers, resist the ordinance of the Most High, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation.
Hold on, man. What you doing, man? Don't do that. Well, no. It's not no Catholic sin, man. Well, we ain't that no cross business and all that stuff like that, man. I understand, bro. I mean, you be coming through it too much, man. You need to understand what you're doing, man. It's not no cross. We don't got the sign of the cross, and we not no Catholics, nothing like that, man. It's a sign of death. You know what I'm saying? It's cross. What do they do with the crucifixion? But crucified Christ and all holy Israelites on the cross, man. That don't save nothing. All right, bro? You hear me, man? All right. Read it. I mean, you can't come put that sign on us, man. That's how it'll go around here, man. Read it.
Whosoever resisteth the powers, resisteth the ordinance of the Most High.
Yeah, you resist the power, you resist the ordinance of the Heavenly Father. So in America now, the powers that be, they are ordained of the Most High power. They're ordained. Now we're in America. What does that mean? We slaves in America. We still in the house of our bondage. We can't come here act like we're gonna fight the law. We're gonna go against the government. We're gonna resist the powers that be. The powers that be, they're ordained in the Most High power. We're not criminals. Because we come here and preach, we're not criminals. We are law-abiding citizens in America. We're out in America, man, and we're breaking law. We're obeying the powers that be because that's part of the doctrine. Lord didn't put us here for us to rebel, because we're not in that stage. We're not living in the days of David. We're not living in the days of Moses or Hezekiah or Jehoshaphat. We can't fight right now. Right now, it's about faith and sincerity in this word. Yo, we got a lot of brothers and sisters, man, don't believe this word. They want us to be Africans or stand up and fight. Fight what? With what power? Fight what with what power? What Farrakhan say? I hear you, I can't.
Farrakhan is telling his followers, his main foul was to stand up and start killing cops.
Start killing cops.
Yeah, that's
He doing that stuff Khalid Muhammad did. Talking about you stand do something, just stand and fight cops, kill cops. How we gonna fight cops, fight police? We ain't got no power. We don't have an army. We don't have nothing. We gather together in the spirit of Christ, man. And according to doctrine, we gonna follow His word, unless we liars and we hypocrites. Last thing we want to be is a hypocrite. Scribes and Pharisees, we're not gonna be hypocrites, man. We're gonna die in faith. If we die, but we pray that we live and never die, because that's the promise given. Right, read it.
Romans 13:3. For rulers are not a terror to good works.
Yeah, rulers don't terrorize good works, man. They don't terrorize good works. If you be in the earth and you do good according to righteousness, they don't terrorize good works, right, read it?
But to the evil.
But they terrorize evil.
Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power?
Yeah, we gotta be afraid of the power. We don't have to be afraid of the police, man. The policeman walk by every day. He been out here all day with us. We're not afraid of him. He got a gun on his side. We're not challenging him, right? Read on.
Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same.
Right? Do that which is good, and you get praise of the same. Do that which is good, and people gonna say, man, I mean, what you gonna say about him? He did good. What you gonna say about him? He doing good. We don't come out here and gangster nobody with this word. So how should we come out here and speak? Well, God said love him. God said to accept Jesus Christ. And God said be at peace with the world. God said, please, Savior, come into his love. And once you come into his love, you'll be saved. Everybody, God loves everybody. That ain't gonna work out. I don't even sound right. That don't sound right. I guess I can't do it. God loves everybody. God don't love everybody. He hate the wicked every day. He say he hate the wicked every day. He don't like the wicked people. He against them. He not accepting nobody that think they can be evil and still be there. He don't love them. Those people he got destined for the fire. He gonna burn them, right? In fire and brimstone. Right? Read it out.
Romans 13:3. For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil.
There's a difference between good and evil. There's a difference between good and evil. There's a difference between right and wrong. There's a difference between up and down, left and right. There's a difference, man. There's a difference. And we're gonna point them out. We're gonna make sure we point them out, right? Read on.
Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same.
Right.
For he is the minister of the Most High to thee for good.
So he said now the laws or the powers that be, the policeman to be on the law. And the police, the guys running around with the guns on their side, number one, they need salvation too. They're exempt from salvation or from destruction. They need salvation too. But then he's the minister of the Most High. The Lord set him up and gave him a gun. He's a minister of the Most High to thee for good. So don't do that which is evil or he'll be on your back. Even though he's evil. He's gonna say, listen here, man. Didn't the Lord tell you don't be evil? And he might shoot you down, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they gunning down some of my brothers and sisters in the street. How they gun them down? What's up, Reg? How you doing? They gunning down some of my brothers and sisters in the street. The righteous and the wicked die, man. Sad to say, right now, we all die in the earth. The fact of the matter still remains, though. Why or what's going to happen in that great and dreadful day? You got that, Daniel? Come on.
11-1, 12-1.
Daniel 12:1. At that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people.
Right.
And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation.
Yeah, there's gonna be a time of trouble, man. Since we live in America, we don't really know how it is. Maybe in certain parts of America we got an idea, but we don't really know how it is to have war on the mainland, to have civil war or death destruction going on the mainland. We don't really know how that goes. You know what I'm saying? We can get a sense of it right now, or we get a sense of what was going on even when we were brought to this land. When brothers sisters was getting hanged for nothing. You understand? Or you think about some of the wars going on in Africa, or give me a. The Middle East, how this killing callously. You know what I'm saying? Killing in Russia or what's the other part? Over there in Russia, where they fight that? In Jordan? Georgia, Russia. No, they got another place they fight over there. I forget. Ukraine. They're killing. They're just killing, as like people just walking around there burning their houses, killing up everything, this and that. We don't really know how that is right here, man. This is like the virgin daughter on earth right now, America. When that stuff comes to America, and it's gonna come, it's gonna be worse in America than it is every place else we know about right now. It's gonna blow up. It's gonna be worse in America than it is in Ukraine or in Africa or anywhere, or the Houthis and the Tutsis or wherever that's at, right? It's gonna be worse, right? Read it.
Daniel 12:1, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation,
right?
Even to that same time.
Even to that same time, it's gonna be worse right here. When that judgment get ready to come, it's gonna be worse right here than every place else, right? Read on.
And at that time thy people shall be delivered. Everywhere.
Then there's gonna be deliverance, man. Then it's gonna be deliverance. Give me Ezekiel 11:16, right? Run that down. Lose that. Give me you might hold that. And give me Ezekiel 11:16, right? Read it.
And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, and some to everlasting life, some to shame and everlasting contempt.
Right, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. We're not gonna leave this part out. We're not gonna leave this part of the Bible. We believe this part too. We believe this part too. That some people gonna live and never die. Christ is living right now. He's not dead. We don't praise the dead. We praise the living. Christ is still living right now. Killed in 33 AD, somewhere around that time. Crucified, raised back up in that same year. He's living right now on the right hand of the Most High power. Life, this is how we get Jews right now. Through the Spirit of Christ. Coming from the Most High power and through His Spirit, right? At the same time, Lord gonna raise back up. There's gonna be time of trouble, there's gonna be judgment in the earth. He will raise people out of the earth. Judgment day, some to everlasting life and some to everlasting condemnation. Right, read it.
Daniel 12:3, and they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament.
Right.
And they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever.
Forever and ever. Show them what you got out, because most I say gonna bring it back. Right, read it.
Ezekiel 11:16. Therefore say, thus saith the Lord, power, although I have cast them afar off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come.
Right, the Most High say, even though He scattered us off, man, amongst the heathen all over the earth, man, He's still gonna come to us. We're gonna be as a little sanctuary wherever He scattered us at, man. We're gonna be a sanctuary wherever He scattered us at. The Lord gonna pray for us, man. He's gonna shine the light on us. He's gonna have favor on us, man, because we're coming back to Him. We're not preaching rap. We're not preaching sports. We are preaching that stuff, that corporal stuff is in the earth, man. Because the glory of man don't last forever, man. That stuff come down. That's man glory. We're not looking for glory from man. We're not concerned with man, what man thinks, especially if they don't believe. The men that don't believe, they do what they want to do in the earth. So what we do? We're going to do what we want to do in the earth. We want to live and live according to His word and pray to the Most High power and hope on life eternal. And Lord said He's going to give that up. I would say He's going to give up. The men that don't believe that, do what you're doing. Jokers come by here like we ain't stopping nobody to do what they're doing. We ain't come out and stop nobody from being a whore or getting drunk or robbing and stealing or go play basketball or skate all over or be a derelict or kiss up dogs and you know what I mean, be a beast. We ain't stop nobody from doing what they're doing in the earth, man. You got jokers that run around here, man, they drunk on they taking all these chemical drugs for money. For money. Because they want to be homeless and then the system got them on drugs. Take this little stuff here, man. Drink this stuff once, twice a month, and we get a little stipend. That's their hustle now. They got so desolate, and now they walk around here talking to themselves all over downtown New Haven, man. They talking to themselves, spaced out, circling the green. Rough, man. We ain't stopping nobody. But look, nobody can't move us either, man. The Lord put us here, man, and said we can speak. We can speak. We can blow this word. How you gonna stop it? You can't stop it. All you can do is get mad. You get mad at this word, you're mad at the Lord. You're not mad at us, because we're not nobody. How you gonna get mad at us if we do something contrary to this word? If we're not right, if we don't match up with this word, then you got something on us. You got us. You got us. Then we're evil. Then we're wicked. So the people that carry the Bible, they gotta live according to the Bible. They gotta do what the Bible say do. If they don't do what the Bible say do, they are hypocrite and they're evil. Now read it.
Ezekiel 11:17. Therefore say, thus saith the Lord power, I will even gather you from the people and assemble you out of the countries where you have been scattered, and I will give you the land of Israel.
The Most High say He gonna gather us from the people and assemble us out of the country where we've been scattered. These are promises put in play long time ago. Give me Revelation 7:1. These are promises put in play. I know some people say what? That's the Old Testament. The Old Testament is not finished, man. Chuck was out earlier talking about, oh, you're going back to the Levitical Code. The Levitical Code is still in play. The Levitical Code still applies. We're not living now. We don't rule by it. We don't rule by the Levitical law. But the laws still apply. Give me that Genesis 3:15. Hold that. Give me Genesis 3:15. Let's see what that looks like. Read it.
Revelation 7:1.
Come on.
And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth.
How about this? Since this didn't come to play yet, this is not under the Old Testament. This should be acceptable. Right? Read it.
Holding the 4 winds of the earth.
Right.
That the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree.
So it's not talking about literal wind, because we know for a fact that we stand there that wind does blow. It's blowing the trees right now. It blows on the earth and it blows on the sea. They're talking about bombs of destruction. Hold that back right now. 4 angels hold that back and not letting that happen right now for a certain reason. Why is he not letting that happen? Right? Read it.
And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea.
To hurt the earth and the sea. The sea is all the disorganized people in the earth. Hold that. Give me 17:15. Come right back. Right? Read it.
Genesis 3:15.
Right.
And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel.
That's what the Most High said. Now you're going to put enmity between the seed of Israel and the seed of the devil, or the wicked. And they're going to be against each other, beefing. They're going to be at ends. They're not going to like each other. Right, read it.
Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee.
So now the woman is going to be having a monthly, and she's going to have monthly contractual problems, and she's going to have, when she have babies, it's going to be a difficult delivery, pains and sorrows and all this stuff. This was the curse upon Eve. Why I bring this scripture out? Because is this still happening in the earth? Does that still happen in the earth? If that still happens in the earth, that shows you how alive and kicking the Bible still is. If that, who won't kick out the Old Testament and say it don't apply? When that applies, the curse that came down upon Eve applies. The curse that came down upon Adam, that applies. The curse that came down upon the serpent, it still applies. The beast in the field, it still applies. Show what you got out.
Revelation 17:15. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the horse sitteth, are peoples, and multitudes, and nations, and tongues.
Yeah, all the peoples, multitudes, nations, and tongues. Bring back the 7th chapter. So the Lord said he hold the winds back and not to destroy the earth yet. Don't bring all that big bomb nuclear warfare or the brimstone fire and brimstone yet. Until what the angel said to the other one?
Revelation 7:2. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads.
Until we seal the servants of our power in their foreheads. Until we seal the brothers and sisters that serve the Lord in their minds. Until we seal them and get them to the right level. Until we get them to the right zone so they can be right, because they're the ones that's going to be saved. Until we seal the servants of the Heavenly Father. And who is that? That's not only of the Jews, And not only other Jews, read on that.
Revelation 7 and 4. And I heard the number of them that were sealed. And there was sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
So what's that mean now? Well, should we kick that out too? Because now they're going to say, the brother said earlier, anybody that believes you become a seed of Israel. That's madness. How you become a seed of Edom? How you become a seed of Ammon? How you become a seed of Moab? The seed is the seed. The seed of Israel is still in the earth. They still believe. Hold that, man. Give me 31:31. Jeremiah 31:31. Show me what you got.
This is Romans 9 and 22. What if the Most High, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endureth with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction?
What if the Most High is willing to show his wrath, man? He endured with much long suffering the vessels fitted for created for destruction. He just said, let me lay for a little while. Because I'm going to take my vengeance out upon them, man. Let them do what they're doing, man. So they can reach the heights. They can reach up the heights, right? Hold that, man. I'm bringing some of this lesson I'm doing. Right? Go to the 11th chapter. Romans 11, right? Give it to me from the 22nd verse, right? Read it.
Romans 11 and 22nd. Behold, therefore the goodness and therefore the goodness and severity of the Most High on them which fell severity, but towards thee goodness.
Right.
If thou continue in his goodness, otherwise thou also shalt be cut off.
Right. Behold the goodness and severity of the Heavenly Father. Unto them that fell, the Israelites, severity. Unto thee, being the other nations, all the Gentiles, the goodness. Because the Most High said, you can come into this truth, you can get into this fold, but you got to believe. It don't matter how you feel about a lot of things. Agree with the truth so the Lord can work his spirit, set his spirit upon you, and get you feeling good about it. It's a spiritual vibration. There are two spiritual forces in the earth, man, good and evil. Right and wrong, Christ and Satan. If you don't believe, if you don't accept what's right, and you chase down what is wrong, you're going to receive the spirit of Satan. You're going to get the spirit of the devil, and that's going to take you over. That's going to rule you. It's an evil spirit. If you accept and believe what's good and what's right, the Lord, he's going to give you the spirit of Christ and let that rule you, man, so you can walk in righteousness so you can be saved. It's spiritual. This is not a carnal thing. This is not about the masses, because we can't fill up the Coliseum. We can't fill up the green. We're right here right now, we can't fill the green up with this word we preaching. We ain't got that juice, man. Let's let you, man, we go on YBC, we put on the radio and everything, and we come out here, let them build a stage for us. Hang up flyers all over town, and we can't fill up the green. You think we can? We can't fill the green. They ain't coming for us, man. It's all right, man, that's all right, man. The Lord come for the few. Yeah, I mean, it don't matter. We can put this word out to the wind and let it blow. And we let the Lord handle it after that, right? Read it. Show them what you got out.
This is Romans.
Hold on. Read it.
Jeremiah 31 and 31.
Give it to me for 35.
Jeremiah 31 and 35. Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and the stars for a light by night.
Yeah, because this is what we want to bring this. I want to show you and prove to you that it's not about no, just because you believe that, give me all what you got. Give me Romans the 2nd chapter, last 2 verses. Just because brother quoted this scripture right here and said that anybody could be a Jew. That's a lie. If you are Edomite, you're an Edomite. If you're a Moabite, you're a Moabite. If you're an Ammonite, you're an Ammonite. If you're a Amalekite, man, whatever you are, you are. You can't be nothing else but what you are. You gotta work from the position that you're in. You gotta work from the position that you're in. Whatever position the Lord put you at, you play from that angle and you can get saved. You can't come and act like you somebody else. Like, yeah, I mean, that's gonna get you in. That's not gonna get you in, man. But read it.
Romans 2 and 28. For he is not a Jew which is one outwardly, neither is that circumcision which is outward in the flesh.
Right.
But he is a Jew which is one inwardly, and circumcision is that of the heart, in the spirit, and not in the letter, whose praise is not of men, but of the Most High.
Right, so now, this is talking about the boasters or the bragging Israelites that was bragging. They were all bragging, acting like, yeah, I'm a Jew, I'm a Jew, I'm a Jew. You're not a Jew, you can't get in. I'm a Jew, this, that. But they were hypocrites. So the Lord just emphasized at the end of the chapter that he is not a Jew that's one outwardly, just because you circumcised. Some cats will, yeah, man, if you're not circumcised, you can't be saved. That's not the zone here now. That's not the zone with Christ. But if you're circumcised, you're not going to get saved just because you're circumcised. That's not going to save you, man. So now when there's a Jew outwardly, so I look at my skin, look how I look like the Jews of old, and I'm circumcised, that's not going to get you saved. But you got to be sincere from the inside out. You got to be sincere from the inside out. Sincerity that's going to get you salvation, man. It's sincerity that's going to make you live. Because Christ was sincere. Christ was sincere unto death. He was sincere unto death. Paul was sincere. Isaiah was sincere. Moses was sincere. All these brothers were sincere. That's how they live. That's why their names are still in the earth. That's why their names, these are one-name brothers, man. These are one-name brothers, you understand? And you know them. Matthew, you know who you're talking about. Mark, Luke, John. How many people named Mark today? There's only one real Mark, the original. How many people named Matthew? There's only one real Matthew. How many people named Luke or John? How about the Johns? There's only one real Matthew is John. They come right out of the Bible. The most famous people on earth, man. Been living for years. Right? Show what you got out. Read it.
Jeremiah 31 and 35.
Come on.
Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night.
Right.
Which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord of hosts is his name.
Come on.
If those ordinances depart from before me, saith the Lord, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever, forever.
Forever. So now, he giveth the light by day, the sun by day, the moon, the stars, the ordinances, all these things in the heavens. The Lord said, if these things fall out, they don't appear no more. If they be done away with, and then the seed of Israel is done away with. You know what I'm saying, Aki? Then the seed of Israel is done away with. If the Lord didn't do away with the sun, the moon, and the stars, and how they fell on the earth, the seed of Israel is still here. The real seed of Israel is still in the earth. Give me that Isaiah 59. What you holding? All right, come back. Leave that out. Leave my lesson for later. Give me Isaiah 59. Hold that one, though. Give me Isaiah 59. 59 in the last two verses. Right? Read it.
You want more of this?
Come on.
Jeremiah 31 and 37. Thus saith the Lord, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundation of the earth searched out beneath,
Right.
I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith the Lord.
All right, let me ask you this. The government, Esau, the ruling parties throughout America, Europe, whatever, they send all kinds of satellites and everything throughout the heavens. They got ships going to Jupiter and Pluto and wherever they got. Say, how long took the ship to get to, was it Pluto? 9 years? 9 years. They sent a ship or whatever they call it. A spaceship or something to Pluto, unmanned. Can they measure heaven? Can they measure heaven? Can man measure heaven?
No. Definitely not.
Or the deep, the search, the deep, can you measure the deep? Read that verse again, huh?
Jeremiah 31 and
I
37.
mean, all you people say you believe in this word, man, what about this? Believe this part. Believe this part. Right, read it.
Jeremiah 31 and 37, thus saith the Lord, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundation of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith the Lord.
The Lord said he's going to cast us off for everything we did if you can measure the heavens. Or search out, search out the earth beneath. Search out, measure the heavens, man, and then we're no more. Then we don't exist. We got a lot of brothers and sisters in the earth that just living in denial. A lot of men and women in the earth just living in denial. They just naysayers. They don't want no part of his word. That's all right. Lord got fire and brimstone for them. Give me that. What you got? Lose that. Come back to Revelation. I want 7. Also give me 21 and 7. Right, read it.
Isaiah 59 and 20.
Right.
And the Redeemer shall come to Zion.
He said he's going to come to Zion, man. The Redeemer's going to come to Zion. He didn't say that about no other nation on the earth. He said he's going to come to Zion. Right? Read it.
And the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, saith the Lord.
To them that turn from transgression in Jacob. That's who he's coming to. To the men and women that turn from transgression. Stop being evil and do good. And turn from transgression in Jacob. Right, read on. Read it.
As for me, this is my covenant with them, saith the Lord. My spirit that is upon thee, and my words which I have put in thy mouth, shall not depart out of thy mouth, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, saith the Lord, from henceforth and forever.
That's big. The Most High said, listen here, man. He made a promise, man. I mean, people say they believe this word, but we bring the scriptures out that we want you to see, that we believe. These scriptures we believe. These scriptures, Lord showed us and made us understand and believe these scriptures, so we believe them. We roll with them. Everybody say, you prove that you Israel. How did we do? Right, the brook is no good. How did we do? Right? Read that one more time.
As for me, this is my covenant with them, saith the Lord. My spirit that is upon thee, and my words which I have put in thy mouth, shall not depart out of thy mouth, nor out of the mouth of thy nor out of the mouth of the seed, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, saith the Lord, from henceforth and forever.
From henceforth and forever. It's not going to leave. Show them what you got out.
Revelation 21:7. He that overcometh shall inherit all things.
This is how you're going to live and never die, man. You got to overcome the world that you set up in. You got to overcome all the madness and injustice that's going on. Right? Read it.
And I will be his power, and he shall be my son.
Right.
But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars.
Yeah, listen here. The fearful. If you're afraid to acknowledge the truth, if you're afraid to walk in truth and sincerity, you're not going to be saved. If you're afraid to acknowledge the truth, who's on the earth, deny their lies, how you going to get saved, man? How you going to get salvation? It is what it is, man. Listen here, man. There's a lot of people that they're going to go with the flow. They're going to go how things go. Death is going to be accepted of a lot of men and women in the earth. They're going to accept death as it comes. Because they have nothing else in their heads. No other way to go because they didn't practice right. They didn't practice right works, they're not going to do right. You got to believe and practice right works so you can be righteous. So you can be righteous. You got to believe and do right works so you can be righteous, man. If you don't believe it, you're a hypocrite. You got to believe and do it. Right? Read it.
Revelation 21:8, but the and 7, he that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his power, and he shall be my son. But the fearful and the unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death.
They're going to have their part in the lake that burned with fire and brimstone, man. It's the second death. And with that, we're going to bring it back next week. Shalom. Listen.